Were you here all night? That's great, because you're making a documentary about me. And now you have a shot of me getting into my car, as if there's no camera in it. Is this going to be the beginning of the movie, or are you going to start it with all of my friends saying bad things about me?
Tell me who Dan is. Yes, tell me who Dan is.
Who's Dan Harmon?
Dan Harmon is...
Dan Harmon is a very complex individual.
I don't know. Have other people been able to describe Dan? Have you gotten a concise, accurate description?
I definitely think you're going to get a lot of different answers to who is Dan Harmon, depending on who you ask.
Dan Harmon is a creator.
A comedian.
Producer.
Kind of a genius.
Straight up nerd.
A gregarious, garrulous, gastronomical...
How would Dan describe himself?
Dan?
I don't know. Pass.
I think Dan Harmon would describe himself as indescribable.
He's a little narcissistic. He's got a bit of an ego.
He'd probably say smelly.
Definitely a fat ass.
A troublemaker.
A podcaster.
An alcoholic.
He's probably the first person to say he's self-destructive.
I think Dan would describe himself as a human hand grenade who has a predilection for pulling his own pin out.
I think he'd say he's a writer. I think he'd say that. I think he would be very simple about it.
Writing. Dave, send the actors down for their season 1 evaluations. Hi, I'm Dan Harmon. I created NBC's Community.
Community is an exploration of people who are sort of on the outskirts of society, who have been given a second chance.
You say guys suddenly just wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah! Why wouldn't we?
There's a running theme in his work that he reaches out to people that aren't used to being reached out to.
And you kind of feel like you're in a secret club if you watch Community, because a lot of the world doesn't even know it's a TV show.
Community's had its ups and downs this year. Its ups were the nights we followed The Office and people left their TVs on by accident. Its downs were the rest of the season.
The show's his baby. So like he wants the show to be perfect.
Dan wears his heart on his chest and he speaks his mind, and it has gotten him into trouble.
He's always striving for perfection, and I think he's harder on himself than anybody else.
You could see that at the end of the 3rd season, that he was really worn down.
So I just wanted to let you know that Community is moving to 8. What do you mean we're moving to 8? 7 Central. What the fuck is Central? It's the center of the country! You fucking idiot! Oh, fuck you!
Didn't want to go to therapy, and he needed an avenue through which to vent, so he started doing Harmontown, the podcast, at Meltdown Comics.
Ladies and gentlemen, Harmontown is once again in session.
Well, Harmontown is a podcast that they do every week where Dan, Jeff, they kind of just, they'll talk for a while. It's different. It's not just an interview thing.
This is it. We don't prepare.
Dan spent the last 3 years writing for a big network show. There are all these filters that his work has to go through. Like, this is the polar opposite of that.
When you walked into my apartment, you would be knee-high in pizza boxes. There was mannequin legs with pantyhose on them. I was wiping my ass with T-shirts because I wouldn't go buy toilet paper, because I didn't want people at Albertsons to know that Heat Vision and Jack hadn't been picked up for series.
He's got a lot on his mind. and when he talks about it, it's like, you do kind of want a front row seat for that. Uh-oh.
Nah, I just do that to hope that I come up with something else to say.
This show is very unique in that it's very interactive. The audience is very much a part of the show.
All right, well, I guess let's have a hand for the fellowship of looking forward to The Hobbit.
None of us were the cool kids in high school. Nobody's like the prom king in that audience, unless they went to like an anime school or something.
Let's introduce our Dungeon Master, Spencer, everyone.
I don't think a lot of people could sit through a staged Dungeons and Dragons. That's crazy.
There's really nothing that's embarrassing in here because we're all admittedly fetishists and nerds and weirdos and lonely and...
I'm kind of hesitant to call this a kink. It's not really a kink. It's not really a fetish. Because I don't get off on it. That's the thing. But
I may.
I can't believe you don't come here every week.
The only boss that Dan respects is the audience, because he just wants to entertain like the people, like the 20, 30 people that are in front of him.
All right. Well, everybody be cool. So one night in the show, Dan played a voicemail from Chevy Chase.
If you were here right now, I'd kick your teeth out, you alcoholic fat shit. You're gonna live to be about 57 if you're lucky the way you eat. And your writing is getting worse and worse, so shut that up. You're not funny. You're okay.
After a fan fight to keep it on the air and those now infamous Chevy Chase voicemails, Community is in the headlines again.
It's long been reported that Harmon has clashed with the network, crew, and even some of the actors. But now he has been fired from the show he created.
Chevy, how you feeling about the Dan Harmon stuff?
The what?
Dan Harmon.
Who's that?
For 3 years, I was told get higher ratings, and I figured out how. I'm gonna go to the networks that have higher ratings, and I want to try to write a theme for Harmontown. That's one of the goals I want to accomplish on this tour is to come back with a nice Harmontown theme. I thought we'd call up the services of Eric Idle on Monday's show.
I think he's kind of up for anything. I don't know, like you were saying that we should probably come up with a little, like, My Fair Lady thing about how to write a song or something like that.
I was thinking that if he's comfortable with it, then we could find a time with him to rehearse it even better, and then we could have even refined the lyrics a little more too. Okay, so to run our hands over this again. So I come up, I go, I want a theme for Harmontown. You say, why don't you just rap one? And I go, no, because I want to be more sophisticated. I want to write a really good song. I don't want to just talk about dicks and balls and nuts. Can anyone help us accomplish this task?
Eric.
Supernatural Aid, Eric coming up starts his song.
Well, how about this? If you take the song and you make the song its own story.
Yeah, this is Eric, this is Eric and Jeff, this is Dan and Eric, and this is like everybody.
Great, write it.
All right.
I fucked your mama. When I... What did he say about fucking my mama?
Oh yeah, that's
when I first fucked Dan's mother. What? Oh, Harmontown, oh, Harmontown.
Where Harmon's mom is on the ground.
Harmontown, oh, Harmontown, where Harmon's
mom is on the ground.
Is on the ground. Taking wiener by the pound.
Down in Harmontown.
We're so close, we just need like one more. We just need to fill in this chapter.
What if it's not another refusal right here? What if it's complete acceptance right here? What if it's you going off like a discovery right there?
I basically join in the song, but my rage at you guys like breaks me down, and then we cross the return threshold, and then we're just all singing.
You're only singing the kind of crap I've been singing all along. Yeah. And Eric goes, well, listen, Dan, open up your mind and tell me what you see. Dicks and balls and mama's cocks and lots of poop and pee.
What I just want to tweak this one thing.
Actually, the first two lines could probably be a little could be reworked to make the whole thing better.
It's not perfect yet, but we're gonna present this to Eric Idle, and no doubt refinements will be made. As will be his right as a Python. Also, even if he thought it was perfect, I still think that chorus, there's something wrong with it. It's not sing-alongable. Oh, Harmontown, oh, Harmontown. Harmon's mom is going down. She's going down and eating boners by the pound. In good old Harmontown. Eating boners by the pound and in
I literally don't know a single word.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Almond Town, but it would go something like that. Almond Town, Almond Town.
What was the deal out there last time you talked?
There's people still loading in.
Oh, really?
It's like Madison Square Garden.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Harmontown is once again in session.
We're going on this tour, Jeff. We're representing Los Angeles out there. There's 20 cities waiting for us. Like, I'm not gonna roll into Austin talking about dicks and balls and butts. I want to write good music. I want to be a good singer and songwriter.
Well, I don't think people come to Harmontown because you're a craftsman when it comes to rapping. I think they like the free for all that it is. It becomes very adolescent and puerile.
Well, let's do it this way. Is there? We got a big crowd tonight. Are there any like professional like singer-songwriters that like
possibly Cambridge educated.
We'll take Oxford, but is anyone Cambridge educated?
Is there anybody here that can teach a tutorial for Dan?
I was at Cambridge.
Eric Idle.
Eric, I'm so glad you're here. Obviously, you're world-renowned for your craftsmanship in comedy songwriting. There's people in this audience that probably have every single one of your songs memorized. I have a problem where I like to write songs and I like to improvise them, but I lose control and I go to a shitty, non-sophisticated place. You're a hero of mine, a mentor of mine. Can you please help me? Can you please tell me how to... What would you do if you were going to write a perfect song?
Well, it's a very interesting question, actually. You want to write the perfect song,
yeah.
Then ask yourself what's true.
Oh.
Then open your heart and the truth will start to write the song for you.
Jesus, that's what I'm talking about.
When I first fucked Dan's mother.
What?
She asked me for another, but her pussy was too wide. And then I fucked his father and nuzzled both his nuts.
Eric.
I juggled his tits and took 2 shits and put it in their butts. Harmon's mum is on the ground, taking bonus by the pound. Down in Harmontown, oh, Harmontown, Harmontown. The Harmon's mum is on the ground, taking bonus by the pound. Down in Harmontown.
Now, Eric, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
What would you rather do? Fuck Dan's mother in the butt or make her eat your poo?
I've asked myself this many times, and here is my reply. I feed her my poo and fuck her butt too and bid her a fond goodbye. Harmontown, Harmontown, Harmon mum is on the ground, taking bonus by the pound. Down in Harmontown, everybody! Harmontown, Harmontown, Harmon's mum is on the ground, taking bonus by the pound. Down in Harmontown.
You guys are only doing what I've been doing all along. I've fucked 1 million mamas already. I wanted a perfect song.
So open up your heart, my friend, and tell me what you see.
Both your mothers sucking dicks and drinking all my pee.
Oh, Harmontown, Harmontown, Harmon's mum is on the ground, taking bonus by the pound.
Down in Harmontown, everybody!
Oh, Harmontown, Harmontown, Harmon's mum is on the ground, taking bonus by the pound. Down